Years, women facing infertility treatment were told that more is better. More embryos give them a higher chance of pregnancy.
And while that is still the case, more embryos actually means more risk. Medical reporter Christy Myers joins us live now with a new take on IVF. Christy?
Well, Gina and Tom, what if a woman's odds were good that you could get pregnant with just one embryo, not 3 or 4? Now there's a new technique being used by Houston IVF at Memorial Hermann Memorial City. It increases the pregnancy rate so much that some women are opting for a single embryo IVF. Jamie Lopez has been trying to get pregnant for 8 years. She's been pregnant twice, the last time in February.
I conceived again through in vitro the first time with triplets, but lost them at 6 months.
So that's good and strong. That's about
Today she's pregnant again, and this time it looks good.
Very excited. I'll be 10 weeks Friday and ready to do my cerclage so we can have a better chance at keeping this baby.
Another change, when she did in vitro fertilization this time, Dr. Timothy Hickman advised her to implant only one embryo, not 2, 3, or 4.
The problem is we end up with multiple pregnancies.
And multiples increase the risk of birth defects and miscarriages like Jamie had.
It's a very financially difficult procedure, emotionally difficult procedure. What they've been through was a horrific time, so it was a tough decision.
Hickman's Houston IVF lab uses a protocol from Colorado that increases the chance of pregnancy with fewer embryos.
So often these patients have several very high-quality blastocysts to choose from. And in those patients, we found that we can either take one back and place it back and have a 60% pregnancy rate, or put 2 back and have a 76% pregnancy rate.
They do this by letting the embryos grow in the lab longer, 5 days instead of 2 or 3, and by giving them different nutrients. Jamie had 5 embryos ready, but decided to implant 1. Today, as she watches the ultrasound of a healthy baby, she believes it was the right decision.
You think the more embryos you put back, the better chance you have of getting pregnant. But I was lucky.
And if you're considering IVF and you want to know more about the IVF clinic you may be going to, you can find out the average number of embryos that clinic transfers and what their pregnancy success rate is by going to our website, abc13.com. Now, the Houston IVF facility is not on it yet because it's a new facility, but in the last 2 years, there are many, many clinics here. Very interesting reading. Back to you.
Thank you, Christy.